Body the year was 1945. Body the war in Europe was almost over. Body Hitler was dead. Body the German army was surrendering. Body but high in the Alps, a castle held a secret. Body Castle Itter. Body inside. An unbelievable scene unfolded in World War II. Hook, you wouldn't believe what you saw. Body American soldiers fought alongside Germans, not as enemies, but as allies against the SS. Body they faced a fanatical SS division trying to reach the castle. Body this SS division aimed to slaughter everyone inside. Body the Allies had only one tank and limited ammunition. Body they were protecting high-profile war prisoners. Body these prisoners included former French leaders and generals. Body this incredible event actually happened. Body it was the only time U.S. and German soldiers allied in World War II. Body this is the story of Castle Itter, where enemies became brothers. Body and how one Sherman tank held the line against the SS. Body to grasp this battle, we must know who was inside the castle. Body Schloss Itter was no ordinary prison. Body it served as a luxury holding facility. Body the Nazis kept important French figures here. Body these were men who had led France. Body Edouard Deladier, the former prime minister. Body Paul Reynaud, another prime minister. Body General Maxime Weygand, former head of the French army. Body and Jean Barotra, a famous tennis player. Body they despised the Germans. Body yet, they also deeply disliked each other. Body years were spent arguing politics while SS guards watched. Body but by May 1945, the guards grew uneasy. Body the SS commander, Sebastian Wimmer, knew the war was lost. Body he feared capture by the Americans. Body he also remembered Himmler's orders. Body no prisoner was to survive. Body on May 4th, Wimmer saw the approaching American forces. Body he noticed fanatical SS units in the nearby forests. Body he then made a crucial decision. Body fled. Body the SS guards abandoned their posts. Body the French VIPs suddenly found themselves free. Body but they were also trapped. Body the castle was surrounded by woods. Body these woods were controlled by the 17th SS Panzer Grenadier Division. Body these were determined Nazis. Body they were killing anyone attempting to surrender. Body any attempt by the French to leave would result in their massacre. Body the prisoners took weapons left by the departing guards. Body but they were aging men. Body they lacked military experience. Body they desperately needed assistance. Body help came from an unexpected source. A few miles away, in Virgil, Major Joseph Gongol was trying to protect his men. Gongol was a Wehrmacht officer, a regular soldier and a hero from the Russian front. Body he was also anti-Nazi, secretly aiding the Austrian resistance. Body he knew the SS planned to destroy bridges and fight to the last man. Body Gongol aimed to protect the town. Body he also wanted to safeguard his soldiers. Body he was seeking someone to surrender to. Body then, a messenger arrived from the castle. Body a Czech cook had successfully navigated through SS lines on a bicycle. Body he informed Gongol. Body the French leaders were trapped. Body the SS was en route to eliminate them. Body Gongol faced a difficult choice. Body he could not confront the SS alone. Body he lacked sufficient troops. Body, however, he couldn't permit the SS to murder the French VIPs. Body such an act would shame Germany. Body so, Gongol took an audacious action. Body he retrieved a white flag. Body he got into his Kubel wagon, a German Jeep. Body, and he drove towards the American lines. Body his journey wasn't for combat. Body he was searching for an ally. Body 8 miles away, in Kufstein, Body the U.S. 12th Armored Division had just arrived. Body leading the reconnaissance unit was Captain John Jack Lee. Body Jack Lee was the quintessential American tank commander. Body he was tough, loud, and always chewing a cigar. Body he looked like a movie star. Body, his soldiers greatly admired him. Body, he was resting his Sherman tank, named Besotten Jenny. Body, suddenly, a German vehicle approached, displaying a white flag. Body, Lee reached for his pistol. Body, but the German officer offered a salute instead of hostility. It was Major Gongol. Gongol explained the situation in broken English. Captain, French VIPs are trapped. The SS is coming. I wish to help save them. Body, Lee observed Gongol. Body, a German major, offering to collaborate. Body, it seemed like a ruse. Body, but Lee was a risk-taker. Body, he chewed his cigar thoughtfully. Body, he consulted the map. Body, and he declared. Body, all right, Fritz. Body, let's go get them. Body, he contacted his headquarters via radio. Body, I am proceeding to Castle Itter on a rescue mission. Body, I am accompanied by the German major. Body, his superiors considered him reckless. Body, yet, they granted him permission. Body, Lee assembled a small contingent. 2 tanks, 7 infantrymen, and Gongol's truck filled with Wehrmacht soldiers. Body, it was the war's most unusual convoy, with an American tank leading a German truck, advancing together into SS territory. As they drove up the winding road toward the castle, they encountered SS roadblocks. The Besotten Jenny blasted them out of the way. German soldiers in a truck fired their Mauser rifles at the SS. They fought their way to the castle gate. The French VIPs came out to meet them. They expected a massive American army. Instead, they saw 1 tank, 7 Americans, and a bunch of Germans. The French were confused. "Where's the rest of the army?" they asked. Captain Lee climbed out of his tank. He grinned. "I am it," Lee said. He took command. He was a captain, but he ordered the French prime ministers around like privates. "Get inside," he told them. "Stay away from the windows." He placed his tank, the Besotten Jenny, right in front of the main gate. He told his gunner to aim at the road and position the German soldiers on the walls. He positioned his American infantry in the towers. He told Major Gungel, "You watch the south wall. I'll watch the gate." Major Gonla saluted. For the first time in 5 years, German and American soldiers shared cigarettes. They shared food. They checked each other's weapons. They knew that when the sun came up, they were all going to die together. May 5th morning, the fog lifted, and then the first shot. The SS had arrived. About 150 men from the 17th SS Panzer Grenadiers. They had anti-tank guns. They had mortars. They had machine guns. They were furious. They saw the American tank at the gate, and they saw their own countryman Gungol's men shooting at them from the walls. To the SS, Gungol was a traitor. They focused their fire on the castle. Bullets chipped away at the ancient stone walls. The French VIPs, to their credit, didn't hide. Renault and Deladier grabbed rifles and started shooting from the windows. Even the tennis star Jean Barotra joined the fight. But the SS had a bigger weapon, an 88mm anti-tank gun. They aimed it at the gate, at the Besotten Jenny. The shell hit the tank. The Besotten Jenny burst into flames. The American crew bailed out just in time. Their only heavy weapon was gone. Now it was just rifles against an army. Captain Lee ran from position to position. He was calm. He cut the fuse on his last cigar. He told his men, "Don't worry. They have to come through the gate, and we'll pile them up like cordwood." The battle raged for hours. The defenders were running low on ammunition. The SS were inching closer. They were preparing to storm the walls. Major Gonla was on the wall, directing fire. He saw Prime Minister Paul Reynaud standing in the open, exposing himself to fire. Gungol ran to him. "Get down," he shouted. He pushed Reynaud out of the way. A sniper bullet caught Major Gungol in the chest. He fell. The German officer died, saving a French politician. He died fighting for the Americans against his own country's fanatics. He was the only defender killed in the battle. The hero of the day was a German. The defenders are down to their last bullets. The tank is destroyed. The SS is preparing the final assault. Before we see the miraculous ending, hit that subscribe button. We bring you the stories that sound like fiction but are 100% true. Join us. It was noon. Captain Lee checked his ammo. They were almost dry. He knew they couldn't hold for another hour. He needed to get a message to the American main force, but the radio in the tank was destroyed. Jean Barotra, the tennis star, stepped forward. "I will go," he said. "I am fast. I can run." It sounded suicidal, but Barotra didn't wait. He vaulted over the castle wall. He sprinted across the open field. The SS fired at him. Bullets kicked up dirt around his feet. He dodged. He weaved, and he disappeared into the woods. He ran for miles until he found an American relief column coming up the road. He ran up to the lead tank, breathless. "The castle," he gasped. "They are dying. You must hurry." Back at the castle, the SS were launching their final attack. They were at the gate. They were blowing it open. Captain Lee told his men to fix bayonets. He prepared to fight hand to hand in the courtyard. The German soldiers checked their magazines. Empty. And then a sound. Not the sound of gunfire. The sound of engines. Around the corner of the road came the 142nd Infantry Regiment, Sherman tanks, hundreds of soldiers. They opened fire on the SS. The SS troops realized they were trapped. They scattered into the woods. The siege was broken. The American relief soldiers ran into the castle. They found Captain Lee. He was tired. His face was black with smoke. He looked at the relief commander. He took the cigar out of his mouth, and he said, "What took you so long?" The prisoners were saved. The French VIPs were driven to safety. Within days, the war was officially over. Captain Jack Lee received the Distinguished Service Cross. He went home in New York. He opened a hotel. He never bragged about the battle. He never told anyone about the day he fought the SS with just one tank and 7 men. Major Joseph Gongol was buried in the town of Virgil. He's remembered today as a hero in Austria. A street there is named after him. He was a German soldier who died fighting against the Nazis. The battle for Castle Itter was a small skirmish within a massive war, but it demonstrated something significant. It proved that even amidst the largest conflict in history, humanity could endure and prevail. Enemies could become allies, and men could make the choice to do what's right, even when the world seemed completely insane. Years later, when people would ask Jack Lee about that battle, he would simply smile. He would say, "It was the weirdest thing I ever saw, me and the crowds fighting right there side by side." It still stands as the only battle where the U.S. Army and the German Army fought together as allies. A very strange, yet heroic, conclusion to a truly terrible war. Major Gongol died while saving a French politician. So, was he a traitor to Germany, or was he a hero to all of humanity? Let me know your thoughts on this down in the comment section below. And if you're curious about the time Patton nearly got fired right before D-Day,